Ok, ci siamo. Dai. Ciao guys. Hello.
Ciao.
Hello. This is a welcome for our friend from Tiro. I would like to deeply thank John Vincenti that if everyone would have been like you, our life would have been much easier, because he proposed us to do a virtual event with your group, and
he sounds like an incredible organizer, because he told us what you guys have seen virtually, and it was a really, really nice lineup of events that he's put together.
He wrote everything, the presentation. I mean, he was better than us. He understood about our business, which is not easy. It's a typical Italian, super complex type of business. In less than 48 hours, he was able to organize this thing perfectly. My Italo-American friends, we're so glad that we're going to do this thing. We miss you so much. We miss the fact that you cannot come here in Italy. We miss my colleague and fiancé, Lindsay. I think is missing you more than everything, right?
Yeah, I can't go home. Well, I kind of can go home, but it's not so easy.
And so there was you felt a bit detached, right, last year. How was the experience?
No, fortunately we never stopped. We kept going, even though we had a lot of shutdowns. We all really stayed mentally active. We stayed in the beginning. Everyone felt bad for Italy and was really reaching out with support and trying to help us out. Then people were allowed to travel a little bit in terms of Europe. So in Europe mainly, but we were able to develop a really nice Italian following, but I haven't seen an American in Rimessa Roscioli. I miss the US desperately. I miss having the big bright eyes when people come into Rimessa Roscioli. In fact, if you want to know a quick little bit of my story, I came to this place. I was studying wine in the US, and I left my job for 10 weeks, went to Spain, France, and Italy. And when I came to Rome, I actually did Alessandro's tasting at our old Rimessa Roscioli. And from there, I pretty much never left. I made a complete U-turn in life. So I have to say, this place is really, really special, and we cannot wait for you guys to get back here.
I don't know if you know something about Roscioli family and the Rimessa Roscioli, Salumeria Roscioli, the bakery Roscioli, the coffee bar Roscioli. It's a big group of more than 100 people working there. Me and Lindsay and Alessandro, we are the owner of Rimessa Roscioli with Mattia and Gaetano, which is a wine bar, restaurant bar, events. We do a lot of things. But more than everything, I think Rimessa Roscioli cannot be described as a simple place. We are probably really unique, I have to say. I don't want to brag and show off, yes, but I do. I'm Italian, so I can do that.
We are completely unique. I don't think anyone even comes close to achieving.
Allora, Intravino just wrote an article about us. Intravino is kind of the wine spectator of Italy, I would say, and they said that we are actually the wine video library, the biggest wine video library in the world. We're talking about more than 500 videos of winemakers all over Italy.
In the vineyards too, nonetheless. There are a lot of other people who have done a lot of interviews, but we go into the vineyards. So that's the big richness you get with us.
See, the point is that we don't put ourselves in the center of the stage. The main character is the countryside, the place, the tradition, and the winemaker. Because we think the wine is an incredible weaver.
It's the story, it's looking in that person's eyes, it's seeing their territory, it's looking at the soil in their hands and understanding why the wine tastes like it tastes.
Actually, I thought about it, why we were special, beside the fact that we wear sunglasses during night, but...
No, someone had proposed the question of what makes Italian style Italian, and what makes it so distinct. And there was a fashion expert and a winemaker from Italy and some expats and myself and a couple handfuls of us. But when we started all speaking, the common thing that kept coming out is that Italians go to the origins of things. And that's where the magic really happens. That's what makes us, and our origins go deep. They go very, very deep. Much deeper than even French. Yes, I'm officially after 5 years considering myself.
That was a nice thing you said. It's the first time you said our.
So come usare il congiuntivo. Se io fossi un animale, io sarei un delfino.
She speaks Italian much better than a lot of our politicians, I have to say. I mean,
if you know the subjunctive, okay. You can officially consider yourself Italian.
So we're actually getting a bit too far with this video.
Let's talk about the tasting.
It's going to be a 1 minute video so we can present it. So, okay,
let's talk about the tasting.
This is typical Italian, talking too much.
Three incredible wines for you guys to taste. Do you want to give a little quick description of why we selected these?
You know what? I'm going to say just a couple of things, but more than everything, I would like you to discover it by yourself, because what we did, it is incredible. This is all our wine club wines are with a rail label like this. There is a QR code. We've been putting this. The QR code brings you directly into the winery, because it brings you directly to the video of the winemaker. And most of them are in Italian with English subtitles.
Always.
So it's going to be
Always.
a great opportunity for you to practice a bit your Italian if you are Italian American, but even if you're not, it's a beautiful language and nobody speaks all over the world, but it's really interesting. But also it's a way to see where the wine is coming from. It's not going to, most of this wine, these videos are really real. It means that they bring you directly into the soul of the winery. It's not just a stupid sommelier there presenting the wine, talking about malolactic fermentation or stupid technical details about it.
And by the way, we have to thank Paola, who did 287 different winemaker visits for us in the last 8 months. Otherwise, we could have never done these QR codes. She got us so far ahead with material that was so hard having a fully booked restaurant.
More than 500 winemakers to create a group of people that became friends one with the other. And so they were spreading the word of our wine club, but especially they were trying to promote themselves, helping each other. So we're talking about this wine here. Don't even. We're not going to start to talk about it.
The story is too long to explain here, so we will tell this story fully during the tasting. But let's just give you a little slight hint. We were at a dig site, an archaeological dig site that's off limits to the public, and we decided to turn that what could be a dusty museum into a living body of wine, a sensorial experience that you can have with this wine. So
she wrote a beautiful article about it, so please take care.
Hold on, because we're going to give you a package along with your wines where there's going to be a little questionnaire and a little survey where you can actually win prizes. So we want you to get involved with us because that's actually not for our sake or our gain or for more views on our channel, because it's more interesting for you, because this is what's going to make the wine experience more meaningful. So we want to reward you for this, and so we're going to put together some various different wine packages, some different free tastings that you can win when you come back to Rimessa Roscioli. We'll announce all of that in the package, so stay tuned.
More you study, more you have the opportunity to win a prize, and also we're going to have some special prizes during the streaming. A couple of things I want to remind. First of all, I hope this is going to be the first event we're going to do together, because our goal is to do a real event, possibly mid of June, at the end of June. We need to see how COVID, or if it's like, if it's too early, probably when it's going to be safe in September. More than everything, if some of you is planning to come to Italy, please let us know. Wherever you go, we have a vineyard that we are visiting, a winery that we are visiting. If there is a free spot, you are the first person that you're allowed to come with us for free, of course. And also to do a tasting over here. I just want to remind you that with a bottle of wine, we're going to send you also a little bottle of extra virgin olive oil. Take care of this. This costs more than all the three wines together.
Italy's gold.
I used to say, I don't know if we make the best wine in the world, because there is France, there is Napa Valley, a lot of wine region, but we make the best damn olive oil in the world. So don't even try to tell me that olive oil from Spain or from Napa is better than the Italian one.
Quick word on Poggiarellino?
Well, the thing is, I'm going to let you tell you a couple of things. You have two options. You can buy the 3 bottles of wine for the tasting, or you can take the package of 12 bottles. If these bottles, they don't exist. This is made for us. 700 bottles, that's it. Poggiarellino, this is the Reserve 2014, 900 bottles. We bought the entire production. Abemus, to have this wine, you have to be Roscioli or a friend of Roscioli, which I am, because it's not available, this wine. So it's only 1,200 bottles, and it's really, really unique. So we're talking about bottles that you don't find around. Most of our wines from the wine club are technically personally labeled and personally produced for us, based on our suggestion and a beautiful interaction with the winemaker. Remember that that's the last opportunity to subscribe to Wine Club before the end of May, because after you have to wait at least another 6 months, because this is summer season and we're probably closing because we have to order the wine in advance. We're gonna plan to do also a virtual tasting with a cooking class with our chef Tommy, which speaks perfectly English, and we're gonna send you some ingredients. So with John, we're thinking about organizing a series of events, possibly event also real. We're thinking about bringing our chef to New York. So that's the thing.
We have lots of plans.
We have a lot of ideas.
This will be just the beginning.
A lot of ideas. The depression mood is gone now, and we are now in a super vibe, American, propositive, Italian, creative, intellectual, cultural, passionate way of approaching to life.
Last thing to mention.
Yep.
Bring some friends to the tasting. Have 6, of course, COVID safe. Try to do it with friends, family that you have close relations with, or if you're vaccinated and you're safer then, of course. You're probably more fine then. But try to get a nice group of 6, 7, 8 people together where you can all share these wines. Because it's so much more fun than just looking at the computer screen or the TV screen with just us on it. You'll have fun with your friends.
This is something that drives me crazy about the approach we have on wine. Especially my Italian friends. When we go out for a beer, we take like 5 pints of Guinness, we spend $60. And then if you open a bottle of champagne, the champagne costs $40 or a Barolo, they complain that it's too expensive. I mean, if you want to get drunk with a cheap wine, there are a lot of cheap gin tonics and 4 canned beers or whatever. But wine is about sharing. 3 bottles of wine. Don't be selfish. Invite some friends. You know, I think that the idea, I know, of course, to take your precaution, I'm talking about COVID and so on distances, but my ideal thing is about create a group of 6-8 people when we're going to do the streaming. It's much more fun.
And they'll all be eligible for fun prizes and all the things that we do, so it's a fun way to involve everybody.
It is
together.
about sharing. It's about staying with a group. It's not about drinking your bottle alone, which is the most sad thing in the world. Wine is, well, my friend Dionysus used to say, is about sharing, is about dancing, is about aesthetical sense, is about what else? Sex? I don't know.
Women eating men just chopping their heads off.
So, anything else to say? No,
we'll
so
send you a
May 21st?
package. We'll send you a package with everything together. The quiz that you can take before to enter in some prizes, the different pairing ideas that we have, how to serve the wines. We'll put everything together, and that's really it. All you need to do is show up on May 21st. We'll see you guys then.
So, cheers, mates.
See you
Ciao,
soon.
John. Ciao, friends.
Ciao.
Ciao.